Welcome back. The waters of the Soufrière beach are now a little cleaner thanks to the efforts of the Fisheries Department in the Ministry of Agriculture and a few partners. This is as a result of a seabed cleanup and lionfish derby to commemorate World Oceans Day, which was commemorated on the 8th of June. Rochelle Gonzalez tells us more.
The lionfish population, as well as garbage in the waters of Soufrière Beach, took a significant hit on Saturday in commemoration of World Oceans Day. The Lionfish Derby was orchestrated by the Department of Fisheries and a number of partners, including the Soufrière Piton Lions Club. Information and Communication Officer with the Department of Fisheries, Yvonne Edwin, said the department felt it significant to partner with the different agencies to make the derby possible. She said there was also a drive to educate the public about the fish.
We also had a cleanup along the coast of the fisheries complex, removing a lot of plastic bottles, a lot of plastic bags and wrappers, all of which, if heavy rains came, would have ended up in the ocean. And so, as partners, we removed some of that marine litter along the coast. And also what we saw was a boat just coming in with a number of lionfish. And that first boat recording 58 pounds of lionfish, 93 in counts. And again, there's a competition component to the Lionfish Derby, where prizes will be awarded through the through the Lions Club project. And so today it's just an honor to be here as part of the Fisheries Department. Marcy making this possible as well, partnering with us and making some of the prizes available here today. Now that the boat is in and we're filleting and cleaning the lionfish, we'll also have the public interaction, getting them involved in how to handle the lionfish, how to clean it, how to fillet it, giving them a first-hand experience and ensuring that we assure them that the lionfish, once you have cleaned it, once you have removed the spine, the meat is fine. So a lot of sampling going on. Orlando's have also partnered and the chefs are on board preparing lionfish in a variety of ways. And we also have the public getting first-hand experience in handling the lionfish, cleaning it, and getting to sample it if they haven't for the first time.
Placid Lascaris is a member of the Soufrière Piton Lions Club. He welcomed the initiative and said with help, the invasive fish could become a more popular consumption choice.
We as members and also we engage the community to try and eradicate the lionfish because that's the purpose of this project. And we sought to think that is a good project. It's a good one for the country also. And we think that it will reap good benefits if we continue it. So I think this project is one that is well marked, and if it's developed properly with other stakeholders, I think we can do a good choice in the country of using lionfish instead of so many other different species of fish we have used in the country.
The initiative, Lascaris said, has proven to be a learning experience for St. Lucians over the past few years.
The project is one that was funded through Jeff, which is a funding agency from overseas, which was looking at the lionfish and what are the uses of lionfish. What can we do with lionfish? And since people thought that the lionfish is a dangerous species, so then we had to seek information on lionfish first to know what to do with the lionfish, and then we realized that lionfish is good for us. So the project then now is encouraging St. Lucians to use more lionfish.
The St. Lucia invasion of the Indo-Pacific lionfish was confirmed by the Department of Fisheries in October 2011. The species thrives in tropical waters as it has a voracious appetite for eating juvenile reef fish and reproduces rapidly in new areas once it settles in. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Rochelle Gonzalez.
The Department of Health and Wellness, in collaboration with the Pan American Health Organization, PAHO, remains committed to improving the management of chronic conditions in St. Lucia, as it recently held a training of leaders for the Chronic Disease Self-Management Program. More from Fernell Neptune.
Healthcare professionals and community leaders were recently granted the opportunity to acquire the skills and tools to effectively provide self-management to persons living with chronic conditions. The chronic conditions include diabetes, high blood pressure, cancer, kidney disease, and arthritis, to name a few. Master trainer for the Chronic Disease Self-Management Program, Yolanda Alcindor, expressed hope that the leaders of the program will acquire the knowledge to work with patients, to assess self-management behaviors, and to improve their health outcomes.
We are hoping that all our leaders trained In this program, we'll go out to the community and facilitate community programs, and persons living with chronic condition will have an opportunity to participate in this program. Hopefully, we're hoping that all persons living with chronic conditions will get an opportunity to be part of the program, where they will be empowered with skills to help them better self-manage their condition.
Alcindor also emphasized on the tools the leaders will gain from the training in the efforts to implement chronic care management.
In this program, we're looking at skills such as better breathing, having a good night's sleep, how to use medication, communication, dealing with difficult emotions, healthy eating, the importance of physical activity, and all these will help persons better manage their chronic conditions.
Participant of the leaders training, Sandy Felix Paul, says she's very pleased that the training provided them with the knowledge to assist persons with better managing their chronic conditions.
The workshop covered a variety of other subjects, not only diabetes or chronic illnesses. It gave you the opportunity to elevate yourself as an individual so that when you go into the community to assist clients, you have knowledge in helping them and getting them to an area where they would be comfortable. People who are living with diabetes sometimes have no knowledge as to the way they can go ahead and plan their meals, but we have received information as to how to go ahead and help them manage their weight, as well as going ahead in getting themselves at a place where the disease is managed.
The Chronic Disease Self-Management Program is developed and researched at Stanford University. Reporting from the Communications Unit of the Ministry of Health and Wellness, I am Fennel Neptune.
In a show of support to the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports, a total of 240 soft-touch volleyballs were donated by Volleyball St. Lucia in an effort to increase gameplay among the nation's youth. Solange Alfred reports.
240 soft-touch volleyballs have been delivered to the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports, courtesy Volleyball St. Lucia. During a brief presentation on 11th June, Volleyball St. Lucia Marketing Officer Ms. Manda Simon expressed the hope the equipment will generate excitement for an increase of numbers in interested youth.
The donation of these soft touch balls represent Volleyball St. Lucia's unwavering commitment and support to the Ministry of Youth and Sports primary and secondary school volleyball program. To expand on this a little bit, in the South, Volleyball St. Lucia has had a volleyball program in collaboration with SMJ Beverages, where we've brought volleyball to the primary schools in the South, namely Labrie, Bands, Etangs. These schools have benefited from this program. It helps fight and combat childhood obesity, and it promotes a healthy lifestyle among the youth of the South. We wish to see this program expanded and brought forth to other primary and secondary schools on the island.
Coaching coordinator at the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports, Mr. Anthony Lamontine, was on hand to receive the equipment.
We are most thankful for the generous contribution by Volleyball St. Lucia. Of course, equipment is one of the necessities once our coaches get out there within the communities and schools. And a number of coaches have been making requests for greater supply of equipment, particularly balls. And so we're very grateful for this. We hope that we could spread the love of St. Lucia volleyball across the island through the use of the balls that you have donated here today. Thank you very much once again.
Often a benefactor of resources to schools and communities, the ministry was heartened by a gesture that now makes it a beneficiary. Deputy Permanent Secretary Ms. Leota Shalmine Mason commended the initiative.
Not very often are we on the receiving end, and this morning we are really excited to be the ones receiving stuff this morning. These light touch balls will allow us to be able to introduce volleyball in our primary schools and of course our grassroots program, and for this we are very excited.
Volleyball St. Lucia continues to work towards the advancement of the sport of volleyball in St. Lucia. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Solange Alfred.
Thank you, Solange. You're watching the Hot 7 Nightly News. Tennyson Glasgow is up next with all the sporting action.